All right, next problem up. So we're going to go ahead and begin by reading that question sentence to understand what needs to be done. So it says here, what is the area of the driveway in square feet? Everybody, immediately, the moment that I see that I'm trying to calculate what the area is, the first question out of my brain is, what's the shape? Because remember, the shape dictates the formula. Everybody, what shape are we dealing with? Yeah, dealing with a rectangle right there, clear as day. And we're dealing with a rectangular driveway. Okay, so to calculate area, to compute it, the area of a rectangle is the length multiplied by that width. Now that we have that in place, we're going to understand the dimensions that we're given. But this is how the typical student goes over things. They highlight area, they see it's a rectangle, they write the formula, and then they immediately grab the numbers that they see, 8 yards, 18 feet, without realizing that those are not the same units. Take a look. We have 8 yards and then 18 feet. These are not the same units. These are not the same units. We have got to get them to be the same. Now, which way we go, it depends on what we need. Everyone, the question sentence reads square feet. Your answer choices read square feet. All of our answer choices are in feet, my friends. So what that means is we need to get our dimensions in feet. Personally, do you agree with that strategy before I get started? I notice that I'm looking for my answer in square feet, so I'll make sure that my units are in feet before I compute. Perfect. Let's go ahead and take care of business. Everyone, if we want to convert 8 yards into feet, remember that yards is the bigger unit compared to feet, so we'll be multiplying to get that conversion done. Every yard is 3 feet. 8 times 3, that's 24 feet. So again, 8 yards out of the picture, we're plugging in 24 feet. Now we're good to go. 24 multiplied by 18, it's going to give us the answer because we have feet here, feet there, so it'll give us feet squared. 24 times 18, here we go. 4 times 8 gives us 32, carry the 3. Then we have 2 times 8, 16, carry the 3, is 9. Then we'll bring a 0 down so we can start right here on the 1. 4 times 1, 2 times 1, add this all up, and we end up getting a 2, then 3 for 13, and then 1 plus 2 plus 1 gives us 4. And there we are, everybody. The correct final answer is going to be 432 square feet. Correct answer is C, right over here. All right, next question up, and the question reads, solve this equation, and the equation is 7 multiplied by parentheses x minus 9 equals negative 98. Okay, so when we're attempting this problem here, we can clearly see, I don't think it's a secret, we can clearly see that there's a parentheses right here. So there are 2 ways we can take care of a parentheses. One is going to be through distribution, so the distributive property where we distribute the 7 to the x and the 7 to the negative 9. That's going to be the main way to do it. And then the second way is going to be, well, if this 7 is in the way of the rest of the equation or the rest of the expression, I can just divide the 7 out entirely. But I'll show you that after I show you the first way to do this. So let me copy this nice and easy right over here. And then I'll move this one over here. And here we go. So everyone help me out. Let's distribute by multiplying the 7 to every term in the inside. 7 times x gives me 7x. And then after that, help me everybody, what is 7 multiplied by negative 9? Yeah, that's going to be negative 63. Not just 63, but a negative 63. So that'll be minus 63 right here. And then we still have that negative 98 on the right. So 1, we had to deal with the distributive property. Now 2, we had to deal with, well, adding and subtracting with negatives. Fun, right? Here we go. Let's add 63 to both sides. Right there and there. And you'll notice that it'll cancel on the left as expected. And on the right side, this is where we take a look and we have negative 98 plus 63. This is where when you have opposite signs combining, what you're going to do is just subtract the numbers and keep the sign of the bigger number. Everyone, no matter what, the result will be positive or negative. You tell me. No matter what, the result will be, it's going to be negative, exactly. It'll be negative because the negative 98 is much bigger than the positive 63. So we know our answer is negative. And then what's the difference between 98 and 63? Subtract these two values. What do we get? 35. So the answer is just going to be negative 35 in terms of that subtraction. That's not the answer in terms of A. No, it is not. What we're going to do now is the final step, which is divide both sides by 7. Once we do that, we're done. Cancels on the left, leaving us with x equals negative 5. And there we are. Boom, all good. And the correct answer here is C, negative 5. And there we go, my party people. All right, so let's go ahead and handle this new problem here on the screen. And I want to just forewarn you, regardless of how lengthy the problem seems, always take it seriously. Everyone, let's go ahead and get after it here. So the question reads, how long is each piece? Okay, one more time, everybody. How long is each piece? One more time, everybody. Is there anything I'm forgetting to read in that sentence? How long is each piece? Is there anything I'm forgetting to read here, everyone? How long is each piece in feet? In feet. Not yards. In feet. I'm going to let that sit for a moment because I know that if you're watching this right now and you struggled a little bit or not sure why you got the wrong answer, that is it right there. So let's take ourselves through it. A rope 15 yards long is cut into 5 equal pieces. Everyone, just off the top of your head, what operation are we doing if we are cutting something into 5 equal pieces? When we are cutting something into equal pieces, we are dividing. We are dividing. So when we have 15 yards, everyone, when we have 15 yards divided by 5 to make 5 equal pieces, what do we end up getting? Yeah, we end up getting 3, right? And so if you're diving into this problem head first and you're saying, oh man, 15 cut into 5 equal pieces, that means divide by 5, I got 3 and I'm done. That's how you get got. Because everyone, the biggest key was in feet. This 3 is currently in yards. That's the problem. The answer is not C. It is not. The answer is going to be D because, everyone, when we convert from yards to feet, everyone, our conversion rate is, over here, 1 yard equals 3 feet. So if I want to go from yards to feet, we are going to be multiplying because we're going from the big unit to the small unit, which means multiplication by the conversion rate. So 3 yards, everyone. We will go ahead and multiply that by 3 to convert, and that will give us 9 feet. Boom. So this is a perfect example of a problem that kind of lures you in, making you think that you're safe because you think you have less details, but when you rush the process, you'll misread or just overread information and you forget to do what's required. So a great exercise, and simplicity doesn't always mean easy. Simplicity might mean pay attention. But there we are, and I really hope you're ready for the next one.